Her voice cut through the conference room like a razor. "My boyfriend says you never contribute anything to this team." Laughter. Light, ignorant, careless. My wife's sister sat there smirking, eyes glittering with cheap triumph. She expected a reaction, humiliation, defense, anger. Instead, I felt myself detach, like watching a fire but feeling no heat. I smiled. Slow, controlled, perfect. Then the work I've been doing for you for free stops today. Silence dropped like a guillotine. Her face froze mid-smile, the blood draining beautifully. My wife looked at me, wide-eyed, pale, like she'd just remembered something she was hoping I'd forgotten. I stood, collected my laptop, and walked out while they tried to swallow the sudden realization. I wasn't angry. I was done. My phone buzzed as I reached the parking lot. Unknown caller. I ignored it. Another buzz. Home. Ignored again. The sky looked strangely calm, birds cutting through blue like ink strokes. For a moment I just breathed. Cold, steady, empty. I knew this wasn't about the meeting. That jab was just the flick of a match. Something deeper had been rotting for months. I felt it in the pauses of conversations, in the quick screen flips when I entered rooms, in how my wife suddenly guarded her phone like gold. The meeting was simply the moment I stopped pretending not to notice. It started with small things, a whisper behind a bathroom door, muted giggles through thin walls, my wife texting late into the night, face lit by blue, body turned away from me. "It's just work stuff," she'd say, too quickly. Her sister visited more often, stayed late, shared looks with my wife that ended when I entered the room. Once I heard my name followed by a soft snicker. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I already knew. One evening I walked into the kitchen and found them both laughing. Not friendly laughter, but sharp, private, at someone's expense. My wife wiped tears of joy from her eyes until she saw me. Then silence. Her sister placed her phone face down. They exchanged a glance, a secret, not mine. I swallowed it quietly. I had been supporting their failing little startup for a year, designing proposals, editing presentations, calling suppliers, while they bragged publicly about their success. Not once was my name mentioned. I told myself I didn't need recognition. That family didn't keep score. But betrayal is measured in silence, in what is not said, in who laughs when you're not meant to hear. The phone call that morning, before the meeting, sealed everything. A familiar male voice in the background, too intimate, too casual. My wife whispered, "Not now, he's home." When she saw me standing in the doorway, she dropped the call like it burned her. She smiled, fake, fragile. I smiled back. Sometimes the calmest moments are when the storm begins. I didn't confront her. Confrontation gives the guilty power. Fear loves attention. I became quiet, observant, a ghost in my own house. I watched their startup expenses increase. Hotels, business trips, spa payments disguised as corporate wellness. My credit card, my money. I traced the receipts. Same hotel, different dates. Same man's signature on two, not mine. My wife slept beside me each night, warm but distant. I could smell lies on her breath like cheap perfume. I visited the hotel, asked for security logs, politely, kindly, offered to review a billing error. The receptionist recognized my wife instantly. She usually comes with her colleague, tall guy, beard, very charming. Charming. I thanked her. I didn't break, didn't scream, didn't ask why. I already knew why. People use what doesn't resist. They drain what gives freely. They laugh at what they think will never bite back. I continued working silently for their company, finishing the pending project they desperately needed for funding approval, the one that would launch them into real money. I didn't tell them I was also registering the intellectual property under my name, legally, cleanly, quietly. Let them laugh, for now. 3 weeks later, results in hand, I printed the hotel logs, credit statements, emails, and private messages I accessed from our shared cloud backup. She had forgotten one thing: shared accounts share secrets. I placed the file on the table during dinner. My wife's fork paused mid-air. "What's this?" she asked. I looked at her. Calm. Proof. She opened it. Pages rustled like dry leaves. Within minutes her face crumbled. Red, pale, shaking. Her lips parted, search for excuses scrambling in her head. "It's not what it looks like." I raised a hand. She fell silent. Her sister entered then, laughing about something on her phone, until she saw the table. Her smile died. I leaned back, voice even. My work ends tonight. The proposals, the branding, the product, all mine. Intellectual rights transferred. Effective immediately. My wife's sister gasped. My wife stared like she was drowning silently. I felt nothing. The man they both trusted didn't raise his voice, didn't break a plate, didn't cry. I just watched. The next morning, at the emergency staff meeting they called, her sister tried to appear confident, but her eyes wouldn't meet mine. She opened her mouth to speak. I spoke first. "You said yesterday I never contributed. Good. Then your company exists without me now." I connected my laptop to the projector. Their entire business plan, the one they bragged about, displayed with my signature on every legal page. Gasps, whispers. I looked at them, slowly, deliberately. "I won't sue. I'll simply take my work with me. You two can rebuild from scratch, together." Her sister broke first, voice trembling. "Please, we were just joking." My wife lunged forward, desperate. "We can fix this. Just talk to me." I stood. No. 2 letters. A blade. I walked out as they stared at the future collapsing behind them. That evening my daughter-in-law called, entitled Sharp. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I smiled again. "Enjoy." I sent her photos from my villa. Switzerland, frost on the mountains like powdered sugar, infinity pool reflecting a sky that never needed anyone's approval. My phone rang 71 times. I didn't answer. Funny how betrayal teaches silence. Not the weak kind, the powerful kind. The kind that says, "I know what you are, and I choose to walk away anyway." They thought I was the safe one, the giver, the man who never asks for credit. They forgot even quiet men carry storms. Now I sit by the villa window, snow falling like slow forgiveness. Not for them, for myself. For the man who waited too long to open his eyes. I'm not angry anymore. Anger burns. I am cold. Cold preserves. And some lessons deserve to be remembered forever. I crushed the greedy shrew, not with rage, but with silence. Sometimes the cleanest revenge is simply leaving them with nothing.